Hi everybody, welcome to Gaming Solo. I am Rob, your solo gamer friend, and this is a session of Dice Hospital's solo version, published by Alleycat Games and produced by Stanislav Grodonsky and Mike Nudd. In this game, you are charged with the management of a hospital, which means it is your job to reduce the workload on your 3 nurses by hiring medically trained personnel, expanding the facilities in order to meet the increased demands of the patient load, and make sure all your patients are healed and discharged, because the consequences will lead to fatalities, which will result in losing points, the board game's equivalent of getting fired. So if you are ready for the stress this job will bring, then let's meet at the table and try our luck. The board is set up and ready to begin play. In this section here, you have your medical report cards for solo play. In order to achieve the objectives on one of the 3 top cards, you must achieve an objective on the card below it first. So when this card is objectives have achieved, then you pull this card down and put it into this row. Then it's available for you to achieve its objective. The objectives are to get 2 green out in the same round for 2 points, to get 2 green and 1 yellow out in the same round for 4 points, to get 2 yellow and 1 green out for 4 points, to get 2 red and a green out for 4 points, to get 3 green for 4 points, or to get 2 yellow and 1 red for 4 points. Here's the scoreboard. This is a round counter, and that's the point tracker. Right here you have your department tiles. Underneath the department tiles are your specialist cards. Then right here is your hospital. In the center of the hospital board are the 3 nurses. To the left are the specialist cards, and to the right are the department tiles. The game comes with 21 dice of each color, but in solo play you remove 10 of those dice of each color and put the remaining dice in the bag. Each round has 6 phases, in which I will explain as we play. The scorecard displays the number of points you can earn based upon how many patients you discharge per round. Before we start the first round, we have to draw 3 dice and place them on the patient board in one of each numerical value, a 3, a 4, and a 5. You choose which die will be which number. So I'm going to reach into the patient bag, grab 3 die, and I've got 2 yellow and a green, so I'll make the green a 5, and the 2 yellow I want to make a 3 and a 4. And I place them in the ward on the arrows. Any dice placed on an arrow are ones that need to be healed. When you heal them, even if it's only by 1 step, a step is increased by 1 numerical value, 2 steps, 2 numerical values, and so forth. You bring them down to the check mark, which means there's been some healing for those patients. They will not count against you at the end of that round. And that completes the final setup for Dice Hospital. We are ready to begin round 1. Each round consists of 6 phases. I will explain each phase as we progress through them. Phase 1 is the intake phase. When you reach in the dice bag, you draw out 4 dice randomly. You roll those 4 dice. Any 6s or 1s must be re-rolled until you no longer have any 6s or 1s. And right now I have a red 2, a red 4, a red 5, and a green 4. Now you have a choice to make. You must select 3 dice and return 1 to the bag. I plan on taking the red 5, the red 4, and the green 4, returning the red 2 back to the bag. If the numerical value of the dice that you selected totals 9 or less, you get a blood bag. You can spend a blood bag to heal a patient by 1 step, or to temporarily change the color of any die until the end of the round. Any blood bag tokens you have remaining at the end of the game are worth 1 point each. So now that I've selected my patients, that ends intake phase. The next phase we have is the improvement phase. During the improvement phase, you flip over 1 specialist card and 1 department token or tile. Right now we have the paramedic as an option, and we have immunology as an option. You keep one, you take the other one, you put it at the bottom of their deck. The paramedic, when you heal a patient, you heal a different patient of a value of 1, 2, or 3 by 2 steps. And it's any patient because it's a gray, so gray means you get to select any color you want. Immunology is, in this department, you heal exactly 3 different green patients of consecutive values of 2, 3, or 4, etc. 6s do not wrap around into 1s. So starts at 1, ends at 6, but all 3 must be in numerical sequence. So at this time, I think I'm going to keep the paramedic. and return the immunology tile back to the bottom of the department tiles. And I put the paramedic's meeple on his card. And that ends improvements. Now we have activation. This is where we heal the patient. So phase 3 activation. First thing I do is I will take my paramedic and I'm going to place him on yellow. And that will allow me to heal yellow 4 to a 5, but I can also heal the yellow 3 because of his 2-step ability for 1 through 3. I can heal that yellow to a 5 also. I have my nurses remaining, and you do not have to play them by specialists and nurses. You can play any of your nurses or your specialists in any order. I want to take this nurse and put her on red and make this 4 into a 5 and bring it down. I'm going to take this nurse here and put him on the pharmacy, which is green, and take this 4 and turn it to a 5 and bring it down. I have one left, and I'm going to put that nurse in the clinic where I can heal 1 die of any color by 1 step, turning this green die into a 6, healing it to a 6. That ends activation phase. Now you have neglect phase. Neglect phase is any patient that did not receive treatment that round reduces their health by 1 step. So this red who did not receive treatment is now reduced to a 4 on health. That will end neglect stage. The next stage is discharge stage. If you had any patient that went above the value of 6, they're put in discharge. You take those and add up their total points and you add it to your scoreboard. We had 0 discharge, so therefore we scored 0 points. Then you have the final phase, which is shift change. You take all of your staff and your nurses and return them back to their locations or on their cards. Then you take all the patients and put them back at the top of the ward. That will end the entire round. You total up your score. We currently have 0 points for round 1, and that's the end of round 1. We're ready to begin round 2. Phase 1 intake phase. Grab my 4 dice. Throwing dice everywhere. Apologize for that. I have a yellow 2, a yellow 4, a red 5, and I have to re-roll this yellow 6. Became a yellow 1, a yellow 3. So I have a yellow 2, 3, 4, and a red 5. Now I decide which ones I want to keep. I'm going to keep the red 5. I'm going to go for the yellow 4 and the yellow 3 and return the yellow 2 back to the bag. Next phase is going to be improvement phase. Our specialist is a cardiologist, and our department is the allergy center. On the allergy center, place a meeple on this department to heal exactly 3 different green patients of the same value. Example, all 3s. 1 step each. If you don't have 3 meeples you can heal, then you cannot go to that department. The cardiologist is, when this meeple heals a red patient, heal a different patient of any color of the same value before the previous patient was healed by 1 step. So if you heal a 5, you can heal another 5 of any color also. It has to be a red 5 to heal a different color. So the decision I'm going to make is I'm going to keep the cardiologist because of the ability to pick any color I need to heal. Gives me more flexibility along with the paramedic. So I'm going to put the cardiologist here, add his specialist to him, and that ends improvement phase. Now we have activation phase. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do the cardiologist, put him here, have a red 5, turn it to a red 6. I'm going to take this green 5 and turn that to a green 6. I'm going to use the paramedic. I'm going to put him on green. I'm going to do this green is going to go past 6, so it goes to discharge. And I'm going to take this yellow 3 because it's the only one I can heal it by 2 steps to 5. I have my 3 nurses. I'm going to take this nurse and place this nurse on a yellow. I'm going to turn this yellow to a 6. Then I'm going to take this nurse and put them on the 5-6 and increase this yellow to a 6 also. And I'm going to take the final nurse, place them in the only place I can is the imaging, where I can heal a 3 or 4 ball and step. And I think I want to take the red 4 and turn it into a red 5. That ends the activation phase. Now we have the neglect. I failed to heal the red 5, so it turns to a red 4, and I failed to heal the yellow 4, so it becomes a yellow 3. Activation phase is complete. Next is discharge. I discharged 1 patient. I get 1 point for that. So I currently have 1 point on the board. Now is shift change. I bring the nurses back to the nurses station. I put the specialists back on their cards. And at the end of round 2, we have 1 point. We're ready for round 3. Activation phase, grab my 4 dice, roll them, reroll all 6s and 1s. I have 2 6s. I have 2 red 3s, a green 2, and a yellow 5. I'm going to take, let's see, bottom row for the report card. I need 2 green, or 2 green and yellow, or 2 yellow and a green. So best chance to get the TL and a green. So I'm going to go ahead and take this yellow 5. And I'm going to take this red 3, and I'll go ahead and take this green 2 and work at it. Put this remainder back in the bag. I have 11 of the 12 possible slots full within the ward. I need to at least discharge 2 patients, because next round, if I don't have 3 slots available, I have to take one of my patients. For each patient, or for each new patient I cannot admit, I must take a patient out of the ward, and they become a fatality. And of course, at the end of the game, fatalities are negative points. So I definitely need to discharge 2 patients in order to keep from getting a fatality in round 3, in this round here. So that ends intake. We have improvements. The improvements are the pharmacist, and we have immunology again. For the pharmacist, when the pharmacist heals at least 1 green patient, heal one of those green patients an additional step. So no matter how many green patients she heals, she gets to heal 1 more green patient that she had healed 1 more step. And of course, immunology is you got to be able to use all 3 slots, and they must be healed in numerical sequence, and they all got to be green. So I think immunology, I just can't use it because I only have 2 green dice on this, so it's not going to work for me. I do not have a blood bag to change a color to a die to a green die for a round, so I'm going to take the pharmacist and put immunology at the bottom of the stack and place the pharmacist here. Get her. There's the pharmacist. That ends the improvement phase. We're now in the activation phase. Pharmacists are going to take advantage of the healing and heal 1 green 1 step, and again gets to heal a 2nd step, so we'll turn this 2 to a 4. I'm going to use blue to heal yellow. I need 2 yellow, so I'm going to heal this yellow 1 step, bring it over here into discharge because it brings it from a 6 to beyond, and I get to heal 1 through 3 2 steps, which brings this to a 5. Red gets to heal 1 red and another color of any or another die of any color of equal value, so I need 2 yellow and a green to get a card. So I want to heal this red to a 6. No. I want to heal this 6 to a discharge, red 6. I'm going to take green and heal it beyond 6 and discharge that. I still need to discharge one more yellow die, so I'm going to take this nurse, put her here, where I can take this yellow, bring it down and discharge it. And because I'm limited on department tiles, because I have not taken one yet, I'm going to end up losing an action this turn, because I'm going to take this nurse, put him in imaging, where I can heal a 3 or a 4 one step, and I'm going to heal this red from 3 to 4. And unfortunately, I cannot use my last nurse. So that ends activation phase. We got neglect. This red 5 becomes a 4. This yellow 5 becomes a 4. This red 4 becomes a 3. And this yellow 5 becomes a 4. Now we go to discharge. I discharged a total of 4 patients, which gives me 7 points. I have 2 yellow and a green, which gives me this medical report card, which gives me 4 more additional points, for a total of 12 points at the end of this round. Discharge complete. Shift change. We bring the nurses back to their station. We put the specialists back on their cards. And right now, the end of round 3, the score is 12 points. I have 7 patients in the ward, giving me 5 available slots. And that is the end of round 3. We're ready to begin round 4. Intake phase, grabbing the dice out of the bag. I rolled a 2, a 4, and 2 6s. Re-rolling the 6s, a 4, and a 3. So I have a yellow 2, a yellow 3, a green 4, and a red 4. I have a lot of green and yellow on the medical report cards I can discharge this round, or attempt to. So I think we'll have to take definitely this green, the green 4, because all of them take a minimum of 2 green. And I think I'll go ahead and just take the red 4 and the yellow 3, leaving 2 slots available within the wards for next round, so I must heal at least 1 patient this round in order not to get a fatality. Intake is complete. Improvements, we have a radiologist and we have a cardiology department. Radiologist, when this specialist heals a yellow patient, heal a different yellow patient of any color by 1 step. And for cardiology, just like immunology, you must be able to heal 3 red patients in numerical sequence. So I do have 3 red patients, but they're not numerical sequence. I have to do a lot of finagling with red to make that happen. But I keep running out of space. I may have to go and just take the cardiology department, put it here, and put the radiologist at the bottom, just so I get more space for my specialist to choose from. And now that ends improvement phase. Now we go to activation. So let's see how I can work this. I'm going to take the cardiologist and put him in a critical care unit. I'm going to heal a red by 1 step. And I'm going to heal a yellow by 1 step. Sorry, wait, that was yellow 5. I need to heal a yellow 4 by 1 step. There we go. So I have a red 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to take the nurse, place the nurse in cardiology. I'm going to heal this red 3 to a 4. I'm going to heal this red 4 to a 5 and this 5 to a 6. I'm going to take the paramedic, put the paramedic on yellow. I'm going to heal this yellow to a 6. And I'm going to heal this 1 up 2 steps, this yellow 3 to yellow 5. Now I really got to start discharging. I got 3 specialists and nurses to do that with. She can heal green 2 steps. I would bring green to 6. Or I can skip that and go right into the clinic, intensive care, or imaging, where I can pick any patient to heal based on number. I do have to get one out in order not to get a fatality next round. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a card or not. Let's work the nurse. Nurse is going to heal green 4, 1 step to 5. The pharmacist is going to heal the green 5 that I just healed 2 steps, because she gets that on her special ability. So this 6 now becomes discharge, opens up a space for one more round. I have 1 more left, and it'd have to be the 3, 4. I want to heal a green 4 to a 5. And that is the end of activation phase. Neglect. This yellow 4 now becomes a yellow 3. And this red 4 also becomes a red 3. Discharge. I discharge 1 patient, which gives me 1 point. Shift change. Everybody goes back. All the specialists go back to the cards. The nurses go back to the nurses station. And that ends round 4. We have a total of 13 points, and we discharged 1 patient for that round. We're ready to start round 5. Intake phase. Got the 4 dice. I rolled a 4, 2 1s, and a 6. So I re-rolled the 2 1s and the 6. I have a red 5, red 4, yellow 5, and a green 4. I still have quite a few medical report cards to earn, so let's take, definitely need the, well, don't need the yellow 5. I still need 2 green and yellow, 2 yellow and a red, and 2 green. So definitely need the green. I need 3 yellow. I got 3 yellow there. Not a whole lot of need for red, so I'll take the yellow 5 and I'll take the red 5 to get closer to discharge. Put that red 4 back in. That's the end of intake phase. Improvements. Improvement phase. We have the triage nurse and the crash center. The triage nurse can heal any patient, and when they do that, they can heal 2 other patients by 1 step of a values of 1 to 3. And the crash center can heal any patient that's a value of 1 or 2 up to 4 steps. I don't have a lot of 1s or 3s on the board, 1 through 3s on the board, or 1s and 2s. So I think the triage nurse will be the triage nurse might be my best one option to take. So I'll take the triage nurse. Go put the triage nurse on the card. That ends the improvement phase. Activation phase. I have let's see. Let's do the red nurse. Oh no, I got a 4, 5, and 6 on red. Let's go up here. Let's do this. 4, 5, or 6. The cardiologist also, even though I'm healing a 4, 5, and 6 red, I also get to pick any one of those 3 values to heal also. So I'm really getting 4 dice for the price of 1 on this one. So I'm going to do a 4 to a 5, 5 to a 6, and a 6 to discharge. And I get to heal any one of those 4, 5, or 6s of any value. So I have red. I need a yellow. I want to heal this yellow into a discharge. Paramedic is going to go. Now I'm going to use the triage nurse next. When I use the triage nurse, I'm going to go to the 5 and 6. Heal a yellow to a 6. And then I get to heal a 1 through 3 one step. So I'll heal this 3 to a 4. As soon as I can find it. I'm going to heal this 3 red to a 4. I'm going to take the pharmacist. She gets to heal green 1 step plus 1 step for a total of 2 steps. So this green is going to go to 6, from 5 to 6 to discharge. I need to discharge a yellow. Triage nurse. The paramedic he can only heal 1 person because there are no 1 through 3s. So I'm going to take the triage nurse, move her to yellow, heal this yellow into a discharge. I'm going to take this nurse and turn a 4 into a 5. I'm going to go ahead and use the paramedic, heal a red to an additional step to a 6. And I don't have anything else I can use. And that is it. I'm sure I missed something. If so, I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments below. But so at the end of the activation phase, we go to neglect. This yellow 5 becomes a 4. This yellow 5 becomes a 4. And this green 4 becomes a 3. I've discharged a total of 4 patients for 7 points. And I discharged 2 yellow and a red, which gives me the 2 yellow and the red medical report card for 4 more points. Time to shift change. So we put all the patients back into the top of the ward, bring the nurses back to the nursing station, put the specialists back on their cards. And at the end of round 5, between earning the 4 points for the medical report and the 7 points for the discharge, brings us to a total of 23 points. Let's begin round 6. Grabbing the dice for the intake stage. Got 3 red, 1 green. I rolled a 5, 5, 4, and a 6, re-rolling the 6. So I have a red 4, 2 red 5s, and a green 5. I definitely need green, so I'm taking the green 5. And I think I'll just take the 2 red 5s since they're close to being healed and put the red 4 back in the bag. Improvement stage. We have another triage nurse and operating theater. Triage nurse is still the same. Once you heal one patient of any color, you can heal 2 patients by 1 step of any color, numerical values 1 through 3. The operating theater is when you put a specialist on this department to heal any red patient 3 steps. I think I'm going to take the operating room theater. Put the triage nurse at the bottom of the deck. That completes improvement, activation. I think I need 2 green and a yellow to get another card, or just 2 green. I prefer to get the 2 green and yellow because it's a 4-point card versus the 2 greens a 2-point card. So let's work on those. So I'm going to move the paramedic to yellow, move the paramedic to green, increase this green to 6, and this green 2 steps to 5. I'm going to go ahead and put, let's see, I have 4, 5, and 6. That'll work. I'll take a red, turn the 4 into a 5, the 5 into a 6, and the 6 will be discharged. I'm going to move, let's see here, I have the pharmacist and the triage nurse. I do not have any 1, 2s, or 3s out there. So triage nurse is just going to, I think I'm going to go triage nurse here and heal red by 3 steps. And take this 5 and go ahead and remove it to discharge since it puts it past 6. I'm going to move the pharmacist to the 5, 6. I'm going to take this 5 and heal it and discharge it because she got to, when she heals by 1 step, she can heal by a 2nd step. I'm going to take a nurse, put it on yellow, just to heal by 1 step. I'm going to take this nurse, put her on red, heal by, I'm going to heal this to a 6 by 1 step. And put this nurse on the 3, 4. Heal the yellow 4 to a 5. And that will finish activation. Go to neglect. This yellow 5 is now a yellow 4. And this red 6 is now a red 5. Activation is complete. Discharge. We have discharged 3 patients. Do not get to any medical report cards. So 3 gets me 5 points, pushing me to 28 points. Then we have shift change. Nurses go back to the nurses station. Specialists go back to their cards. And the patients go back to the top of the ward. So So at the end of round 6, the current score is 28 points. We're ready to begin round 7. Intake phase, grabbing the 4 dice out of the dice bag. I have 2 red and 2 green. And I rolled 2 6s with the green, 5 and 2 for the red, 1 and 3 for the green, rerolling the 1, 6 for the green, and 4. So we have a green 3 and green 4, a red 2 and a red 5. I need green, so I'm taking both of these. And I'll take the red 5 because it's closest to being discharged. That completes intake phase, improvement phase. We have a cardiologist. I swear to you guys, I did shuffle these cards. And a renal medicine. Cardiologist, again, just like the last one, if you heal 1 red, you can heal any other color equal to the value that you healed red from by 1 step also. And for the renal medicine, you can heal 3 yellow of all equal numerical value by 1 step. I'm going to get rid of the cardiologist and go ahead and get the renal medicine and add that to the department tile. So that completes improvement phase, activation phase. Let's see here. I think I'm going to take the nurse and heal. No, that'd be a wasted move. I do that. I was just going to put it to the 5-6 clinic. 3 or 4 imaging and heal that by 1, then use that. But I think I'll instead, I'm going to use the paramedic, put him on yellow, heal this yellow by 1 step to 5, and then I can heal any other die that's between 1 and 3 by 2 steps. And the only one I have is this, so I'm going to turn this to a 5. And this goes down here, by the way. So we have 3 5s. I'm going to go ahead and we have 2 6s. That's not going to work, but I am going to put the nurse on yellow. And all the yellows go to 6. I'm going to take the pharmacist, I'm going to put her here. I'm going to heal this green 6 to discharge. I need 1 more green and a yellow to get another report card. I think I'm going to take a nurse, put it on a green, 1 more green, 1 more yellow. I'm going to put the nurse on the, that's going to waste, as a wasted move. I think I'm going to go ahead and put cardiologist. I'll put him on the 5-6, and I'm going to heal I'm going to discharge this red, then I'm going to heal this yellow. I know there's a bigger picture, I'm not seeing it right now. I'm just focused on that 1 4-point card. So I need 1 more green. And I think I kind of played myself out of healing any more green. I'm going to put
I'm just going to put the operating theater, go ahead and take this 5 out, heal it. At this point I'm going for points. And then take this nurse, red 1, bring it to 6. Nope, I'm just going to go ahead and heal. And I cannot play anyone else. I got this. Imaging, 3, 4, turn this 4 into a 5.
And that will end activation. Neglect. This red goes red. Both these red 5s go down to a 4. Then we have discharge. I've discharged a total of 5 patients. I have not earned any report cards for that. 5 patients gives me 9 points. Brings it up to 37 total. Discharge is complete. Now we have shift change. Patients go back into the top of the ward. Nurses go back to the nursing station, and the specialists go back onto their cards. And at the end of round 7, we are sitting on 37 points. I have a total of 14 points in medical report cards to earn still. But remember, at the end of the game, any medical report card there is double negative points. We are now entering the 8th and the final round. We'll go and begin activation phase. Not activation, intake phase. Got our 4 dice out. We have 3 green and a red. I rolled 2 1s. Rolled a 3 and a 6. 6, 4. So we have a 2, 4, and 5 green and a red 4. I need green. I need 4 green. So I'm going to go ahead and take these 2 greens here, the 4 and the 5. And I'm going to take the red 4 and turn back in the green 2. And that ends intake phase. Improvement phase, we have a pharmacist and a anesthesia. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the pharmacist. Oh, by the way, for anesthesia, you can heal 3 patients by 1 step, but they all have to have equal value. Sticking with the pharmacist. Now we begin activation. Okay, I need greens. I need to get greens out. So focus on the greens. So I'm going to heal green by 2 steps. That's going to get 1 green discharged. I'm not worried about leaving patients behind because none of them are low enough for fatality. So I'm just going to push to get patients discharged. I'm going to go to 5, 6 green. Get this increased by 2 steps. Now I have 2 greens discharged. I need a yellow, so I'm going to take this nurse, put her on yellow, take this yellow and discharge it. I want the other 2 green. I'm not sure if I'm going to get them or not. I'm going to take this red, put the cardiologist, put him here. I'm going to heal a red up to 3 steps. Put this red, he starts at a 4. That's not going to work. I was hoping to get a, well, I guess I can get yellow out. So 4 is going to heal up to 6, and then he gets to use a special ability. He's going to take yellow and heal yellow. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get 1 more green out,
one more red, then I can get 2 cards, because if I clear the bottom card, then the 2 red and green comes down. I can clear them in this round also. But I don't think I have. Well, I'm going to heal. Yeah, I don't have any more plays left other than healing, I think. So I'm going to heal red by 1 step. Bring it to a 5. I'm going to take... See, I can't do the entire action. Kind of a waste there. I know I made a bad call somewhere before I pulled that red up. I'm going to heal a 3-4 to a 5. And I think that is it. Well, yeah, I can't go there. I cannot heal anymore. I don't have any yellow to heal. That's a intensive care for 1s and 2s. The cardiology has to be in a numerical sequence. I don't have a blood bag to spend to turn one of those green dye into something to make adjustments. So that's the end of round 8. I have 5 patients discharged. That gives me 9 points. I have 2 green and a yellow, so I'm getting the medical report card, 2 green and yellow, for 4 more points. Puts me at 50 points, but now my deductions. I still have 3 medical report cards remaining for a total of 10 points. I lose 20 points, so my final score is going to be 30 points. So in-game score, 30 points because of deductions. If I had any fatalities, I would lose 2 points for each fatality. If I had any blood bags, I would have earned 1 point per blood bag. But I have not had any fatalities, did not earn any blood bags. So that's the end of Dice Hospital, and go over my thoughts. Dice Hospital, it's a fun game. I really enjoyed it. I like the art. Setup time was less than 5 minutes. Game time for solo mode, 30 minutes max. That's if you're taking your time to really evaluate all your actions. This is a game I'd recommend someone who is new to solo gaming or board gaming because it's easy to learn. The rule books, they break down all the instructions very simple so you can answer all your questions real easy. And it gives you that worker placement deck building concept that you see in a lot of games in this day and age. So if you guys see any mistakes I made or have any recommendations how to improve this channel, please let me know in the comments below. When you get the opportunity, go to the Facebook page, Solo Board Gamers, and check those guys out. That is a great group of people that know so much about solo gaming. It is a fun group to talk to, communicate, and get information on. Thank you again for joining me at Gaming Solo, and have a great day.